Okay, we are going to continue developing our application. If we take a look at the main screen, our application has two tabs. The first tab is a list of news, and the second tab is a map view. So these components are going to be a fragment. When we click on the tabs, we want this component to be chained. Every of this screen has its own view, its own functionality, but we want to be on the same activity. We don't want to change an activity when we click on a tab. That's why we are going to use fragments for this component. What is a fragment? According to the official definition, a fragment represents a behavior of a portion of user interface in the same activity. The reason for fragments is to be able to have a smaller component that you can reuse in your application. So for example, in this case, we have a list fragment and a fragment with a map view that we can chain inside the same activity. But there are another uses for fragments. For example, this is more typical. Imagine that you have an application on a tablet that is going to present you a list of items. So every time you click one of these items, it's going to show you the description at the right. This is done with a fragment, which is a list, and with another fragment B, which is the content on the item. So then if we want to do the same application for a mobile phone, we can already use the same component, so we can reuse it. So for example, in a mobile phone, there is no space for the two components in the same screen. So we will show first the fragment A, and later, on another activity, we will show the fragment B. See how we can have a smaller component to reuse in different activity. We can have one activity with two components, or two different activities with the same components used in the tablet version. Also, when creating a fragment is a bit different than when creating an activity. We don't use the method onCreate, we use the method onCreateView to set the view of our fragment. And it's where we create all the logic to associate it with this view. Okay, so let's start creating our new fragment. You can, same as when you create an activity, just click on the package, then click on new fragment, blank fragment, and I want you to deactivate these two options and call the fragment news fragment. It's going to create a view, but we don't want factory method or interface callback. So just these two options. This will create our fragment. So if we click on the fragment now, new fragment, we have the fragment that is calling a method create a view, which is using the layout fragment news. So in the folder layout now, we should have the view for our fragment, which is this one. Okay, if we see this view, it just shows hello brown fragment. So what do we want to do now? On the main activity view, we want to show this fragment. The most easy way to show a fragment is to add the fragment directly on the view. So I'm going to remove this text view, and I'm going to add a fragment, which is going to take all the screen. And it's going to have a property name, which is the name of our fragment, which is news fragment. Okay, if we launch this now, we should see the main activity with this fragment on the screen. So the fragment screen is just a text view with a text hello blank fragment. So that is what we should see on the main activity. If we open the application, see this for 3 seconds, and then hello blank fragment.